I was eating some blue cheese. Had mold on it. Who the fuck's eating mold?
What's mold on the blue cheese?
You're not gonna eat mold. What the fuck is that about?
That can't be good.
It's not good. You can't eat fucking mold.
Mold?
What are you talking about? You can't eat fucking mold.
You know, everyone's talking about black mold is the most dangerous mold, and I think that's a racist stereotype.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm progressive.
Well, what's wrong with white mold? Nothing.
Nothing's wrong with white mold, but I'm saying there's the problem with stereotypes.
Yeah, there's probably nothing wrong with black mold. Probably eat it on blue cheese.
I love blue cheese. Unironically.
It's not bad.
In real life, it's very good.
In real life?
Yeah,
in
games it's pretty bad.
Blue cheese.
In games?
In game.
What do you mean in games?
Not in games, in game.
In game?
In game.
In what game?
In game? Toby, you know the game that has blue cheese in it, right?
The game.
Yeah, Cookie Mama.
Cooking Mama. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What's a cooking mama?
I thought it was either Cookie Mama or Cooking Mama, but then I was like, why would Cookie Mama have blue cheese in it?
Exactly.
You ever put blue cheese in a cookie?
I never played cooking mama. We always got takeout.
That's fair. I only played Beating Mama.
It's grim. And then you beat your mama?
Your mother beats you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd sit on the couch and watch my dad play it.
Sometimes it'd give me a turn. It said, hey, hit your mother if you want to be a real man. And I would say, I don't want to hit my mama.
Yeah.
And he'd do it. And I'd hit my mama.
Yeah,
just lightly, though. They'd be like, you're a fucking faggot.
Yeah, and I'd always say, I'll play, but you got to switch to my gamer tag, I want the achievement points.
Oh, God. She is bruised, your mama.
like a banana that's been on the floor.
I hate bruised bananas. They disgust me.
I think most people dislike them. They're great for smoothies or banana bread.
Banana
you know
bread.
What a life hack is, guys. Get yourself some bananas. Let them just kind of deteriorate on your kitchen counter
That's what they'll sound like.
For a few days. And just let them get a little soft so they're just kind of browning.
Right.
And then you want to open them all up. You want to cut them in half. And you want to put them in a Tupperware container and store them in your freezer. And then you use these frozen bananas for smoothies. It's way better than using ice or ice cream or anything else. It cools down the smoothie immediately, gives it a lovely banana taste, and I'll tell you what else, great source of potassium and other healthy additives.
Oh, wait, so you're using it like an ice cube?
Using it like an ice cube,
but
I thought you
meant you were blending it up with it.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can buy frozen
you don't just
bananas.
put a frozen banana in the smoothie.
Samuel Jackson, how old do you think he is?
46.
He's 70.
He's 70 something.
Samuel L. Jackson is 70. I don't know why I said 46.
Because I said earlier that he didn't get famous until he was 46.
Right.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he did heroin.
He did heroin?
I think so. Hang on.
What a legend.
Jackson.
Well, I mean, maybe.
I do heroin.
Past drug use. Years before he was getting paid millions to shop motherfucker at strangers on the silver screen, Samuel L. Jackson was a teenager with a drug addiction.
Oh,
damn.
The whole time.
Kind of sad now.
Doesn't say.
Kind of less cool.
No, it's not sad. He overcame his addiction and became a great, great man.
Well, that's true.
One of the most wholesome men in Hollywood, allegedly. And in Hollywood, even the positives are alleged.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck. Sorry.
Damn.
Whoa. Is that Hey Arnold's room? No, it's not. But still, that's the room that I wanted as a kid. Hey Arnold's room.
The little attic.
The attic and the skylight and the football head. God, I wish I was Hey Arnold.
Or
with
Stewie
his cool
Griffin.
black friend with the tall hair like Marge. But
Gerald.
Ooh.
Gerald.
Yeah. Some crazy bitch with a unibrow making a statue out of you in her closet made out of gum.
Jackson initially got into drugs in the 1960s when a professor introduced him to acid.
Whoa.
From there, he went on to heroin and cocaine, and finally the crack epidemic hit. He turned to rock. Samuel L. Jackson used to smoke crack rock. What a fucking cool guy.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that he started with acid.
I hope when I'm older I can say, man, I used to smoke crack, but now I'm clean. Like, it's just a cool thing to say as a has-been. Like, I no longer smoke crack is the implication.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I was smoking
man,
crack,
I used to smoke so much crack. You know, it was obviously a really bad time at the time, but I've overcome it, and now I'm a wholesome old man with many accomplishments and dear friends around me.
Oh.
But when I smoked crack,
I swear to God, I
it
used to smoke.
was fucking great.
Shit. I think that might be a racist stereotype the way we're talking.
We could get that clip out of context and make it look like Fitz used to smoke crack. And then we could post it on the Clips channel without anyone's permission.
Hang on, soon that became his drug of choice, and throughout the early days of his acting career, he managed to balance the two. He managed to balance acting and crack.
Dude,
Oh.
that's a fucking achievement in itself.
If anything, that's just another indication that I should do crack.
That's smart, because, like, you know, otherwise you just become a crack whore.
Yeah.
But if you're an actor, you got money. You
gotta
don't need to be a crack
balance your
whore.
crack. It's a tricky thing to balance.
You got to balance it on the spoon before you melt it.
That's heroin.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know drugs.
Crack, you'd just be smoking out of a pipe. Or a bong, or a bubbler, or really anything.
Okay, you seem to know a lot about
You could sprinkle
crack.
crack in a joint. Nice little joint with some crack in it. Bit of
Yeah,
crack rock.
I've heard of that.
Do they do
You're
crack rock
smoking
in the
cocaine.
joint? I
Well,
thought
you-
it was just cocaine.
Well, you can. Well, if you're smoking, cocaine is just ground up crack rock.
I know. I thought crack is like coke, but synthesized to be more
Yeah.
like concentrated.
Yeah.
And
Well, oh yeah.
crack burns, and you don't get as high as you would if you vaporized it, which is why people use the crack pipes.
I think it's more that crack is just raw cocaine. Like cocaine, I think is watered down maybe in some way.
I think it's like cocaine is what is produced, and crack is crack cocaine, which is like really concentrated coke.
Well, I have a lot to learn if I'm going to start doing crack anytime soon. It
Yep.
seems so.
Take it from us.
If you're going to overcome crack anytime soon, you've got so much more to learn.
First step of doing crack is understanding the basics. What is crack? Well, we'll walk you through it.
Welcome back to the What is
I'm
Crack?
Samuel L. Jackson.
I've been doing crack for 4 to 6 years.
The truth is I never stopped, but I learned how to balance the two, and now I have a healthy work-life balance.
Work being crack.
The work being not smoking crack all the time. That's the hard part.
And life being smoking crack all the time.
Man.
Later.
Yeah.
We're good to start, whatever.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
This whole thing just magically happens every week. There's no wonderful team around us that helps us out. It's good. We're good. We're comfy. We're good. Close that curtain corner and we'll be great.
oh, yeah, what if we scream? Ah!
I really...
Ah!
The curtains are great.
Oh!
It feels way...
Yeah,
feels like,
it's-
I was walking to the kitchen before. I was like, holy shit, this place feels massive now that we got all these little curtain rooms.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a lot
Feels a
of
lot
curtains
bigger.
outside.
We have curtains.
We got curtains. You guys will never see them because we don't show you shit.
Yeah. Except for a pre-show before every podcast.
Yeah, which you're currently watching, by the way.
Hello, patrons.
What's up, guys? It's the three
How
of us.
are
You've
you?
probably just heard us talking about crack for the last 10 minutes or so.
Or not. Maybe we cut it out.
I hope
probably
we
cut
didn't.
it out.
Nah, it was funny.
Why? Oh, we love crack.
Oh, then we
Fuck,
probably
cut
kept
out.
it in.
Why are you some kind of pussy these days?
Hmm.
Why are you some kind of little...
Is that what pussy sounds like?
Unfortunately so.
Oh, shit.
How distinguishable do you think crack is if you compare it to salt? Do you think you could
To
put
salt?
you could put crack in a salt shaker
salt
and
shaker?
and grind it up and someone wouldn't know that they were doing crack?
I
They
mean,
just
How
think
often do you really look at a man's salt shaker?
it's true. You could just say it's Himalayan rock salt, you know?
Yeah. They're seasoning their salad or whatever, and they take a bite. They're like, way more.
Well,
on.
is crack like do that when you consumed orally?
I don't know if you can really consume crack orally.
I think most crackheads do oral.
I just can't wait to figure these things out. I'm starting my journey, and I'm thrilled for it.
What do you reckon the worst type of baby to be is? A crack baby?
Yeah.
I mean,
What
You
about a
don't-
heroin baby?
You wouldn't remember your withdrawals if you're a baby. So
wait.
Oh.
you can be any.
Oh,
I don't know
wait.
if a crack baby is a baby that does crack.
I think it's a
No.
baby whose parents do
Maybe
crack.
it's
Yeah,
born
but
into a
it-
crack house.
No, like a crack baby is like their parent, like the mother is pregnant with a child,
yeah, so
does
they get
crack.
addicted to
The
crack.
baby gets addicted to crack, and then when the baby comes out, it's like, where's my crack? Where's my crack? Give me a pipe.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you're
he's
not
like,
going to get withdrawals if you just keep doing crack.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, doctors, for some fucking reason, I don't know when this happened, but they decided maybe it's a good idea not to give crack babies crack because
What?
it prolongs their addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So-
why prohibition happened.
Exactly.
Crack babies.
Crack babies.
Welcome back to Scuffed History.
Yep.
We should do a segment where we just completely fucking
just
completely
butcher.
just wing historical event. I mean, we basically do that already. Like, hey, today we're going to be talking about the French Revolution. It all started with a baguette.
That'd be
fighting over
very
it.
funny.
It all started when a food critic went to a Paris restaurant and found out that his ratatouille was prepared by a rat.
He was not happy.
He was
In fact, he was
upset.
so upset that he was prepared to revolt.
and shut down the restaurant and
He was
the
revolted.
country.
He went out into the street and he shouted to his peers. He said, "Peers,
Uh-huh. And
I'm
then-
very upset about this."
And then Mr. Morgan said, hello.
Hello, I'm a bit of a twat and I'm on the news.
People don't like me.
Oh, Jimmy Clarkson punched me in the face.
Was that?
Wait, it was
Dude,
Piers Morgan, then he punched
thought
me?
it was punched like a
Jeremy
random
Clarkson fucking socked Piers Morgan. He was being a little British asshole.
If anyone deserves to get socked in the face, it's probably Hitler, but Piers Morgan's a close second.
Yeah. Did you see Piers Morgan when he was like on his show and he like asked this woman something like do you know what he's like, do you even know what like Pythagorean theorem is? And, like this girl was just like, she wasn't a scientist or whatever, but she was saying something, and he was like, "Do you know what Pythagorean's theorem is?" And then he said something that was like a squared, like a completely different equation, and then everyone was like, "Did you really get Pythagorean theorem wrong when you were trying to roast another person?"
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing.
It's like a r/I am very smart moment.
Yes,
That's why I don't go to any piers anymore.
Any peers? No.
That and the boats.
And my fear of water.
Yeah. A wise man once said, stop the boats. I believe that was
Who did say that?
the Tony Abbott.
Stop the boats.
Yeah.
Hey, you used to say that all the time.
Stop the boats.
Stop the boats.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Which is
classic
more
line.
referring to immigrants.
Yeah.
What is going on?
What?
I don't know, is that
It's happening to me as well.
it's
maybe plug into my one. My one's fine.
Yeah.
Is it because this is too tense and it's
maybe.
unplugging?
There's just some kind of situation going on with these.
Yeah, plug into my
crackles.
one. My one's
But I
good.
think it's a
There
headphone
we
thing,
go.
not a mic thing.
Yeah, if you guys put your
I think I'm good now.
you put that, just plug that hole there.
All right, well, what are we going to talk about today?
I don't
You know, the
know.
last time the three of us were together, we just wung
We wung it.
we wung a podcast the entire time, just making up a story.
Oh yeah, that was just the three of us.
I don't know if we do that. Maybe
Just
we.
the
Maybe
three
we.
of us. No, I'm not saying we do it again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that was the last time, I think.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
not
goes to show
often.
that we can make anything work.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we're extremely funny.
And if we really struggle for a topic, then we can just delve into a non-topic.
Yeah,
Something that never happened.
An anti-topic.
An anti-topic. A fabrication.
And
a lie.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make a bit of sense.
Are you looking at review? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm looking for a review.
Yeah, good.
I'm not just on my phone
Solid.
being rude.
Well, no.
In fact, I never do that. Ever.
you know, the other day when we went out for dinner,
Yeah.
I was like, I sat down. You didn't get your phone out, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna leave mine in my pocket too. Left it in my pocket the whole time. I was like, oh, that was quite nice.
As if that's weird.
No, I didn't say it was weird. I just
I mean,
noticed
like,
it. And I was
it's
like,
just-
yeah, that's.
Going to a one-on-one dinner and just being on your phones the entire time.
Well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be on my phone the entire time, but
Just have it there in case you get it socially anxious.
sometimes it's there, and it's not needed.
Yeah.
But instead of it being there and not needed, I just said no, not needed from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's
Oh, it's because of Fitz though.
oh,
I probably would have grabbed it out if Fitz had grabbed his out, you know.
right.
I'm trying not to use my phone unnecessarily anymore. You know, like even if I'm in an Uber, like unless I have something to do on my phone, like an email or replying to something or messaging someone or, you know, I also have this little app that helps me memorize music shit. If I'm not doing any of that, I'm just looking out the window. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not-
listening to music though, right?
Yeah, music.
Yeah, of course.
Music. Sometimes
music.
no music. Sometimes I just fucking sit there and think. You know, I like being alone with my fucking mind. Just get really intense for no reason. My fucking mind.
Tells me to put the fucking phone away. So you know what I do? I put the fucking phone away. You fucking understand? I sit there and I look out the fucking window and I look at people when they walk across the fucking street.
Yeah.
I look at people and I think, oh, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what that crack whore is doing.
Yeah. And then I
Crack.
say, sir,
Normally.
sir, please pull over. I want to talk to this crack whore.
And I wind down my window and say, wait, crack whore.
Yeah.
She's like, yes. I'm like, oh, surprisingly eloquent.
Yeah.
And then she got you.
Ask her to get in your limo.
Yeah.
Right, holding a stack of cash.
Yeah, it's like a little baggie
You
of
want
crack.
Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
Crack on a string. Imagine doing that like it's like a fucking skit. Like you're like, today we're fishing for crack whores. You like get a little baggie on the end of a fucking fishing rod, and the crack guy looks at the floor bag and starts going for it. You just reeling it in.
That's how I used to get around in China. I used to have a rickshaw, and I would just get a little bit of opium on a fishing rod, just pop it in front, and hang it over there, and a little Chinese man would pick it up.
Okay.
And start running along.
Was this during the gold rush?
Yeah, it was during the opium epidemic. Yeah.
It takes me back to 1805.
I've lived many lives.
Yeah.
That's
we
why I'm
all
so
have.
knowledgeable.
I saw this thing on TikTok the other day where this girl was like, now, I mean, most people don't know who they used to be before, in their past lives. But I know, I found out. I found out who I was in my past life. And I was quite famous. I was quite a extraordinary woman. You would know me if I told you. You would know the name, but I'm not going to tell you because I can't disclose that information.
Or else my memory will be erased forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
How convenient for them.
I can't believe you went on paranoid schizophrenic TikTok.
Yeah,
The best feed.
That's my entire TikTok. It's just-
there's like horny TikTok, there's witch TikTok, and then there's paranoid schizophrenic,
yeah, where they're talking
TikTok.
about zodiac signs and shit.
Yeah, those fucking weirdos.
And the government trying to kill them in their jail cell because they fucking...
The government knows. I cracked the code. I cracked the code, guys. I see the lines. I see the code in the lines.
People already do that on TikTok. I guess people do anything, right? Like,
Yeah, probably.
there's got to be a community for everyone. I genuinely haven't opened the app in fucking a year, I think.
I
Really?
didn't used to,
I don't have it.
and then started dating Elise, and she's on it a lot. And I was like, oh, I'll go on TikTok. Now I use it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I do see TikToks. I'm like, that's funny. I think there's
Yeah,
great content
there's
on
great
TikTok.
content on
I just
TikTok.
can't. I just
Yeah,
can't have it on my phone.
It's a chore. It's a chore to like. You have to like actually scroll through it and get the algorithm cater to you. Otherwise, like all you're gonna be seeing is thirst trap shit of fucking
Yeah.
women with their tits out.
And
Yeah,
also, if you
Teenagers looking for validation.
you spend a little too much time watching something that you're not that interested in, then all of a sudden
Yeah.
TikTok's like, oh, you love this?
Right.
Great. And then it's like, okay, my entire TikTok feed is shitty Keeping Up with the Kardashians highlights
That's
or
the,
something.
that's
you know?
the shitty thing. Is like you'll go through TikTok and you'll be like, okay, like this is a TikTok. I'll give it a chance. And then by the time it's done, it's like, oh well, that punchline was shit.
Yeah.
But now it's ruined my algorithm.
Mm.
Right. So like, if it doesn't make me laugh in like 10 seconds or it doesn't look promising at all, then right off.
Yeah.
If it has an attractive woman, nope.
I somehow got onto Russian TikTok.
Really?
I don't know why, but like probably 20% of the TikToks I get on my For You page are like, they'll have Russian captions.
Ra ra Rasputin. You know that song by Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rasputin, man, his cock massive apparently.
Really?
Really? Is that the
Yeah.
word around town?
Apparently, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny. He was fucking like shot 8 times, poisoned, stabbed, and thrown into a river. He didn't drown. He actually survived and then died of hypothermia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
And
saw this
then
video of this guy. He was going at a cop with a wooden stick. Cop shot him like directly in the chest, like 8 times. The dude just kept walking at him. It's like, what
Yeah.
that's crazy.
he had like a +10 strength buff because
Yeah.
he had a crack potion.
Hit a berserk
Yeah,
special ability.
that's the thing.
That's
Yeah.
to absorb damage and deal it to others.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was actually kiting the cops.
Oh, it's smart.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing a good job though because he got shot 8 times.
Well, he
but-
did a great job. It's just that his support character logged off,
Oh.
like right before the interaction. He like disconnected.
Yeah. Okay.
Left the team speak. Didn't even know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
Okay. Fitz said there's something stuck in the back of his nose.
Just use the curtain.
Ew. Fitz, put your clothes back on. Oh.
You know how to make
Anyway.
you know how to make a tissue dance?
No.
Oh, you know how to make a tissue dance?
No?
You put a little boogie in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, you could also take acid and just look at the tissue for like 3 hours.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a dick joke. I don't know why.
Why? Why would it be? Oh, because you jack off the tissue.
Oh, I guess that makes sense too.
Yeah,
I just
that
meant,
also makes
if you put a tissue over your penis, it looks like a little ghost.
Yeah, we're a KKK Klansman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any. I wonder if there's any KKK Klansmen that like
listen to the podcast.
No, that had that wear the hood all the time, and nobody knows, but they're actually African American.
Yeah, there are people that have been African American that have like gone undercover in the KKK to try to like
that makes sense.
To try to show them that like, hey, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool.
I mean, I feel like at that point, if you're in the KKK, you're probably too far gone.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're bred into it. I feel like it's like you're part of a family that holds these like superiority ideals, like this racist ideal.
Yeah.
And, just through like your community, you fall into, that kind of, that thing.
Yeah, I guess if everyone around me while I was growing up was telling me that my race is superior, then yeah, I would probably believe that my race was superior.
Yeah, because you're a kid, you don't know any better. You're just like, oh.
Yes, ignorance is taught.
Yes.
Yes, and impressions are the greatest form of flattery.
Impressions?
I guess.
As in impressions of other people?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Toby on the tele. I want to get a vagina. You feel flattered?
I'm very flattered.
well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was very elegant.
That was very heartwarming of you. All right, should we start the show?
We should start the show. How cozy is this? Look at
it is really cozy.
It's kind of cozy, right, Patreon? I like this. Nice little cozy app for the gang.
Yep. The set is still a work in progress, but
it's pretty good though.
It's really getting there. Maybe another one or two more podcasts after this.
We're gonna move the sign. I'm gonna put a couple things around, but other than that, it's fucking feeling pretty dang good.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
There's so many things around the room to look at.
See.
Yeah.
Sorry, I left my bike here.
Oh, Matt's here.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, Patreon.
Goodbye, Patreon. Thanks as always for your support. God knows why you're still here. Nah, we love them. I mean, I'm glad they're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'll suck you all off.
Don't make promises like that.
It wasn't a promise. It was not a promise.
So make it clear there was no promise.
It's a reality.
I say all kinds of things in this chair.
It's an
Not
inevitability.
many of them have any fucking value to them whatsoever. All right. G'day. Welcome back to the Misfits Podcast. Rated 5 stars on YouTube by Roach. He says, Swagger, please talk about epic historical events.
We do this all the time.
We talk about it's epic history with Swagger.
Yeah.
Where we talk about historical events that we don't really know very much about.
Yep.
Maybe we kind of remember them from learning them in middle school or whatever the fuck.
World War I, Balkan powder keg. They were all like, no, I want this land. And they were like, no, I want this land. And they were like, oh, royalty? Okay. Well, I'm a Bulgarian. Was it Bulgarian? I forgot. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm going to be honest.
No, Boston. It was Bostonian. I think it was Boston.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean, guys? We don't know what we're talking about.
I genuinely don't
It sounds like the old
Bosnian. It was Bosnian. Bosnian, dude.
Bosnian Bill?
Gavrio Princip was like this Bosnian fucking dude that was like, oh, fuck the king. I think he was like an anarcho-socialist or something. I think he was just an anarchist. But he basically was like, I'm going to get this gun. These guys are going to come by in a motorcade and going to go, killed Archduke Ferdinand and his wife. Austria-Hungary was like, fuck this. Bam. And then Germany was like, war? We could dominate the world? Yes. And then they went in, and then Russia was like, oh, let's kill like 3 million of our own men. Go. And then America was like, yeah, not my problem. And then back to Britain, they were like, oh yeah, I've got to do something about this. And then they sent their man, and then India was like, and then they invaded, and then they all had a little bit of a fuck, and then America was like, all right, we'll get involved, and then bam, war over immediately because America to the rescue. That was Epic History with Swagger.
Yo,
Write that down.
Write it down.
Why does Germany always try to conquer the world and shit, man?
Well, the first time they failed and they got fucked for it, and they got so mad they were like, "We could do it again. We could give it another try." It's like all or nothing. They went all in.
You've already tried taking over the world. What are you going to be? Just the person that failed at taking over the world? No, you're going to get back up and you're going to do it again. Germany's a fucking motivated country. We love Germany. You know who else we love? Toby on the tele. She's here.
Hi, I'm here.
She's here. And do you have anything quite as spectacular for an intro as Swaggers?
No, I can't match that.
No. Well, what
I don't know anything about history.
Well, what do you know?
Not much.
Oh, yeah.
Can't read.
Can't read.
Yeah.
That's new to me. I thought you could read.
No, I've said it quite a few times. People just seem to think it's a joke.
Right. But
Yeah,
you're actually illiterate.
Yeah.
Well, read my lips.
Yes, yeah, I can't read.
Yeah, well, it was very transphobic, so it's a good thing.
Fuck.
I'm Fitz. I'm also here. I'm just a guy in a chair.
Are you interesting?
I can be, you know.
Why?
Honestly, I struggle with that every single day, Toby. Honestly,
I don't understand the point. Why be interesting, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Life's better if you're boring.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your head down. Never learn a thing.
Boring people can make friends easier.
Exactly.
True. With other boring people.
Yeah.
And then they just go around being boring.
There's a word for that.
What?
Normie.
Yeah. And then
A cog, a slave who works a 9-to-5 job.
An unawakened mind.
Not
Unenlightened.
Unenlightened.
Not like us.
Yeah.
We're enlightened. We have a podcast. We
Yeah.
say things.
I think you guys should take the red pill. Right?
Take the red pill?
Take the red pill.
Right, which is the pill that lets you, know everything.
Yeah, it's a hard
In the Matrix.
it's a hard to swallow pill.
Right, but the red pill also has a connotation associated with, highly aggressive,
what? Where is this going?
Like the red pill, isn't that like kind of like the kind of overly alpha, like, male
You take
type?
Yeah, you take the red pill and then you realize that women only love you if you have a
that's what I
facial
mean.
structure predetermined by your genetic code. And if you're a sub-8 male, then you should just hit rocks with pickaxes and slave labor.
Yeah.
You don't matter. Women
Right.
won't find you attractive.
Yeah.
Take the black pill.
I don't know if they.
I think. Wait. What?
I don't
Wait.
know, what's the black pill?
What's the black
The black
pill?
pill goes even deeper, guys.
Oh,
I don't
God.
know if you're ready for this black pill
Because
stuff.
listen, I've brushed with this culture on the internet of the red pill. I've never heard anything about banging rocks. I just thought they hated women. And they were, they were very bitter about it.
Well, no, they don't hate women. They hate themselves so much that they hate
But they
women.
internalize that as hating women.
Yeah, because women are the center of all problems.
Exactly.
Yes, and they're also unobtainable in their eyes, even though they so desperately want it on a biological level.
Well, exactly.
Right. But when the reality, if they just took a shower and maybe, trimmed up a bit and
the
had
thing is,
an inkling of confidence, they could probably get laid.
That's the black pill. The black pill is, actually not being a piece of shit who sits on Reddit all day and complains about his situation. But the black pillar.
Oh, so like a normal person.
The black pillar, he goes, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid. Book, gym. Well, you can't really fix the ugly part.
Wait,
It's
so
personal
wait.
grooming.
Yeah, so it's the self-aware pill.
Yeah,
it's the
the
pill that's like, look,
yeah.
I am not who I want to be, and I'm going to do something about
The
it.
black pill frees you from the red pill.
Wait, but
Right.
why did people take the red pill in the first place? Why did they want that?
Because it's the first step to being black pilled.
Wait, but do people that take the red pill, do they know
Well,
that they're on the red pill?
Well, no, see, no one's actually taking any pills, all right? They're not real pills.
I mean, you take the blue pills.
I take blue pills
take
every
blue
day.
pills,
I
but
take
that's
2
just-
of them.
Well,
And
just
that's
estrogen,
the
isn't it?
opposite of red pill, because the blue pill is turning into a woman, turning into the
Right.
thing that
Wait,
you
is that actually
So
what a
you're-
blue
you're
pill is?
becoming
it's,
what-
it's something that they despise the most. To become something that, if you can't beat them, join them.
Right. So,
Right?
so Toby, what we were saying is Toby was basically such a big incel
Yeah.
that she was like, listen, I think the only chance of me getting laid is if I become a lesbian.
Someone accused me of that once.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
On a Reddit comment, which is like,
Yeah.
it's like saying like everyone's accused anyone of anything in a Reddit
That's
comment.
true.
It
Yeah.
holds no value whatsoever. But I
Yeah.
do understand that you read it and you're like, hey,
Hey,
that's not true.
Come on, that's
I'm
not.
going to hang on to that for months, maybe years.
my pills are blue, like unironically.
Exactly. You take the blue pill.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is all bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
this
thought
is-
this was real.
Oh,
this
there's
is-
no such thing as a black pill?
I'm sure
As
there
a
is.
concept?
I'm sure there is.
But the red pill thing is real. Like, this is
Yeah,
a concept that men
This is
on the internet
This
talk
whole
about.
red pill mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
It generated online. I think it started on 4chan, like the R9K board.
Yeah. Right, and became like a genuine culture.
Yeah.
Because there are genuine, you know, I've encountered these subreddits where these guys just hang out and talk about this shit all the time.
Oh, it was like r/incel, and that got banned, and then they
banned.
changed it to r/braincell, BRA, like just cell with one L at the end. And
Well,
so,
brain
you know,
cell implies something that they don't have, so I don't know.
Well,
what I think with
that's
that.
the thing.
Is that the joke? Is that
I don't know.
I don't want to piss off any kind of online community and get them coming with pitchforks to the podcast. That's a lie. I totally do want to do that.
I've never understood the incel stuff because it seems like an incel knows they're an incel and is okay with that. But like, surely if you know
yeah.
you're an incel, you'd be like, oh wait, that incels are bad.
Well, in order to participate in an online forum that's centers around incels, you have to think, oh, that's what I want to be, or that's who I am.
That's true.
But I
it's
think
just
it's like
something
they're
that
just
they
at a
identify
point.
with.
They're just identify with it. They're at such a low point that they're like, oh, well, here's a community of men that also struggle deeply with women and emotional connection and cleanliness and whatever the fuck else they struggle with, and you know, then they kind of just get indoctrinated into a culture,
Of
and
hate.
it's a hive mind, and it's an echo chamber. And next thing you know, they're watching YouTubers who cover this kind of stuff, and they're, you know, all sorts of
like us.
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
know.
The thing is, like, the biggest thing that I don't like about Reddit is that it really, like, most subreddits are just giant echo chambers. Just because if you say anything that goes against the popular opinion, regardless of whether or not it's correct or like reasonable, people just downvote you to all hell. Nobody will see it.
Or I mean, it also has a strange effect where sometimes you'll say something against the popular opinion and it gets upvoted because people are like, yeah, I'm so sick of hearing people talk about this other shit, and I'm gonna, you know, upvote this
it's true.
thing that's controversial, a little edgy maybe.
right.
Yeah.
Depends on the community. But go on with your point.
Well, that was really the point.
That was the
That's
point.
why I
Yeah.
don't really.
Well, it's
really
that's the
enjoy
echo
Reddit.
chamber effect, right?
Well, that's the thing.
Is that, you know, you can go to, you know, we've talked about this before, but like I used to be a big browser of Reddit back when I was a teenager. A lot of it was
You were a
fine.
browser?
Yeah.
I was a browser.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bit of an incel too.
I wasn't Chrome, I wasn't Firefox. I was nowhere near that level, but I was
Okay.
definitely a bit of a browser. I was
You
on
were.
Like an Internet Explorer.
Fitz
Yeah.
Explorer.
I was an Internet Explorer. I was just kind of paddling along, like, oh,
Oh.
look at that. That's porn. That's
Oh, okay.
exciting. That makes me feel funny.
Oh.
Oh, what's this? Reddit. Oh, it's a community where, back when I was first on Reddit, it was just all advice animal memes where it's like the top text, bottom text with a duck. You know, and I remember
Yeah.
looking at that at 13 and being like, this shit is gold. Like, I found my people. This is hilarious.
Yeah, this is millennial shit right there.
Yeah,
The millennials.
that's some old gen memes.
I've tried getting into Reddit multiple times.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can't do it anymore either, especially our subreddit. God help them all. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but post shit on there because every now
Yeah,
and again
please.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the effort. that
I look.
I appreciate. We all look. You know, we all look at our subreddit. All right. God, we all look. But yeah, you know, like,
Yeah.
what were we talking about?
I don't know. You being a browser.
Oh, yeah,
Browser.
a browser. Oh yeah, and I don't know. We were just talking about Reddit and the effect of the echo chamber. I don't know. I want to talk about incel culture because that's actually interesting.
It is. How would you? Okay, say you were a doctor, right? Like you're supposed to prescribe somebody that says, I have low self-esteem. I'm angry at myself. I'm angry at the people around me. I have no real friends. All the girls that I talk to dislike me. I'm fat. I'm gross. I have no motivation. I'm depressed. What do I do?
Become
Okay.
a woman. It's way easier to get laid.
I mean, I think like
That was a joke.
I think the problem, and a lot of people today are falling into this position, is that people get depressed for one reason or another. Maybe it's because of trauma in your past. Maybe you weren't treated very right. You know, you just got beaten down by the world, and you know, you just think, what's the point? You become cynical, so you stop trying, and then you sort of just decay into this person that has no self-respect whatsoever. And the longer that it goes on, the longer that you're depressed for, you know, you just kind of, your self-respect just kind of erodes.
The more
Because
like
you're not looking
festers.
after yourself.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, I should lose some weight or go for a run. Well, I'm not doing that. Or, oh, I'll just indulge myself all the time with dopamine and pleasure. And, you know, it's very easy to overindulge with dopamine and pleasure these days, like way easier than ever before. So you have a lot of people just consuming, and maybe just suppressing the thought inside them that's telling them, hey, man, like, what the fuck we doing? Like, this shit is not, you're not who you want to be. Like, you're not getting anywhere. You know, you're stuck. But that thought is like, that's the depression. That thought, like, for a lot of people, I think, and I say this because I've been there, is like, you know, if you're not respecting yourself, there's nothing to you. You're just a shell. And you're just trying to avoid that thought at all costs by, ordering a bunch of food or fucking jerking off or any number of pitfalls, drugs, alcohol. People fall into all kinds of pitfalls. And the longer you stay in it, the harder it is to get out, because maybe you've tried getting out of that pitfall many times and you've failed. So you think, oh, well, I'm going to get my shit together. Well, I tried to get my shit together last Wednesday, and here I am in the same position, and I've done this like a million times, which is, again, that eroding of self-respect. It's like, oh, I tried and I failed, and like, I'm not getting anywhere. What's the point? And then you reach the rock bottom, which is like, I'm never getting out of this. I'm just pathetic. And I accept it. I'm never going to find a girlfriend. I'm getting older. I'm ugly, blah, blah, blah. All these negative thoughts you tell yourself, you're spiraling. You're at rock bottom. And how do you get out of that?
And then you're at that point where you're like, there could be a magic wand. That I wave this magic wand and all of a sudden all of these problems that I have disappear.
Yeah.
But it probably wouldn't work on me. It's probably not worth it to go and try it.
What magic wand are you talking about here?
Well, no, it's like it's
like, well, I could try that magic wand they got, but even that probably won't.
No, it's like the idea that there could be something that instantly fixes the problems that you have, but you're in such a pit that you just come up with excuses for why that wouldn't work.
Yeah, well, it was like a study or something similar where people who are like clinically depressed, like the worst depression, like year-long, chronic
like they're
depression.
Stuck deep in it. Yeah.
I believe it was a study. I remember we spoke about this like months ago, but the idea was somebody who's in that pit of depression, if they were presented with a wand where it's like, you can wave this thing and it will, make you like 10 out of 10 attractive, like fix all of your insecurities, like give you a stable job, give you a girlfriend, give you a life that you actually want. Those people aren't inclined to wave it because either they feel like they don't deserve it, and that it's meaningless, or they just don't. It's like they don't have even the motivation to be like, that just won't work, and they'll rationalize it in their head. It's like, this is this it just wouldn't work.
Which is when you're deep in it. Is when you don't think you deserve it. That's the fucked up headspace to be in.
Because even when people give you a hand to try to lift you out of it or to try to nudge you in the right direction, then you just don't accept it.
Yeah.
And because it's almost like you're punishing yourself because you feel like you deserve that.
Yeah, and I think the longer that you stay in the state for, the worse that just becomes. Because it's like, well, I've tried so many things. So many people have tried to help me. I've let so many people down. You have all these negative thoughts that are just built up, crushing down in you all the time. But I think there is a way out. I think you just have to start. You have to want to get out, which is maybe a difficult thing for a lot of people.
Well,
you have to truly want that. Because the thing about wanting to get out of it when you're in that state is that's a terrifying feeling, because that's what makes you feel like even more of a piece of shit, is when you could be better, but you're not, But if you just ignore that and you just keep being like, letting yourself down, but like kind of not feeling that like that, you're just kind of numb. Well, that's safer than feeling like, oh, I could be so much more, but here I am fucking up again. Well, they're sick of that feeling, so they abandon it.
It's that whole journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But imagine, just getting into, this demotivated mindset. You're like, well, if I start now, like, I could probably get out of this in like a couple of months. But then, something stops you.
Yeah.
And, you spiral, and then... then you look at it and you're like, well, what about now? It's, I gained 20, 30 pounds or whatever. It's like, oh, well, now my journey is like, way longer.
Yeah.
And then you're even more apprehensive.
You're intimidated by the climb.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're also, you're still falling.
Yeah.
You're still, But fuck, man, like on the day, I would say, and like, I've never been so severely fucked up that I've thought like, I don't deserve to be better or whatever. But I have been depressed before, and I have had those feelings of like, it's going to take me so long to be better. Like all the things that I want to do are so far away, and like, I can just be comfortable right now. So I'm going to keep going the way I am. And, I know that feeling of like, I know I should be better, but I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. And I would say the only advice I have is like the days that come by where you do feel like I want to do something. Like, I feel like fucking enough of this. Like, if you feel that frustration, you have to seize those days and you have to go for a run, or you have to do something that makes you respect yourself, you know, like do a thing that you were putting off for ages.
An accomplishment,
something that just, and that could be anything, you know, like a lot of people.
It could be as simple as cleaning your house, cleaning your room.
Or do 10 push-ups, or just literally anything that will make you feel like I did that.
Yeah, if you're listening to the podcast right now in your bedroom, I want you to look around your desk, near your bed. If you see any cups or dishes or utensils that have been there for the last week, and you know that they've been there for the last week, and you look at them and do nothing about it, just, you know, get up from your bed or wherever you're sitting and just take them and put them downstairs and take care of it.
And just be a fucking boss and just be like, look, like, this is just what I do. Like, I clean up after myself because I respect myself, you know? And then from there, you just take it. You just keep taking it. You keep going like, all right, well, I'll do a little bit more. I'll do a little bit more. And you build momentum, and, you know, you don't crush yourself again when the momentum slips, but you just keep an eye on it. You keep an eye on yourself, and you just keep fucking going. And, like, you know, there's probably a good chance that, like, you'll fuck up and maybe you'll retract a little bit and whatever, but you have to just, like, you have to understand what you really want for yourself and take steps to get there, or you're not going to respect yourself and you're not going to get better. And that's like, that's really the realization, I think, that, you know, got me out of whatever funk I was in, and it gets a lot of people out of a funk there. And it's like, enough is enough. Like, I'm just sick of, I'm actually bored of being depressed.
Right.
Like, I'm done with this. Like, this has gone on too long. It's time to do some shit that I know I should be doing. And then, you just begin your journey. And then you just become more and more empowered, and all that negative shit, it starts getting flipped. And it's like, well, look how far I've come. Look at the progress I've made. Look at my relationships now, you know? And fucking boom, boom, boom.
That's a big thing. Yeah. The relationships are a big thing.
Huge thing. Because you shut people out.
Yeah.
You know, you shut people out a lot when you're fucked up. Because you don't want them to be ashamed of you, and you don't want to burden them and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you start taking those back, it's like, oh man, like, I have friends, like, people like me. Like, I'm, you know?
Yeah.
That's right. Like, here's this person that I fucking used to be. So.
And there's also that big thing of, like, when you are in that position and you don't want to burden people, or you don't want to think about it like that you are burdening people, you can push those people away to, like, and sometimes even, like, the people that are, like, closest to you can just get so, like, hurt because they don't understand, like, what you're going through.
Yeah.
And it feels to them like, oh, this person's just always ghosting me, or this person, you know, is intentionally ignoring me or whatever. I put all this effort in and I don't get anything back. And, you know, in reality, to the other person, it's like they feel like they would be burdening you by bringing you into it.
Yeah. Which is where that, I think, just
cycles into itself.
It cycles into itself. And that's where just honesty just fucking reigns supreme, man. You just start being honest. You say, look, I feel so bad that I didn't reach out to you, like, in so long. Like, honestly, I've been fucked up. This is what I've been going through. You talk about it. Almost any decent human being is going to look at that and be like, oh my God, I had no idea. Like, fucking thank you for telling me. Like, are you okay? And then that's another person.
Because then they understand, and then they wouldn't resent you.
And then that's a person you have in your support network, given that they're a good friend, you know? Or whatever.
I mean, if they say, fuck you, then
you cut that motherfucker out of your life. Get that shit out of there. Yeah. Anyway, we just kind of rambled into a deeply motivational sort of rant there, bouncing off of an incel topic. But, you know, I feel like there's a lot of young people in that position today.
Especially after last year. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody felt this, you know, lockdown depression kind of creep around.
That withdrawal.
Yeah. You know, when you're locked inside and you can't see people, you know, that takes a huge mental toll.
And even without COVID, I think we live in a world where it's easier to hide away than ever.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier to just retreat into a little world. Looking at even when you're out, you're on your phone, whatever the fuck, you know, you're just consumed by something.
Yeah.
It's easy as fuck to hide. You gotta stop hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Gotta stop hiding.
Stop hiding.
Gotta get after it.
What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway.
Still listen to the podcast, though. I mean, you know, listen to the podcast, you know, an hour.
Yeah.
An hour out of your day.
But the incel thing's interesting because, you know, being an incel, it's not just being depressed and unhappy with yourself. That's actually internalizing that and turning that into hatred, which is what a lot of...
into hatred and bitterness.
Yeah, which is like a mad, like, lack of self-awareness But it's unfortunately a pitfall that a lot of people fall into.
It's weird.
And not just men either. Like, people have all kinds of ways of turning their own insecurities into
into a projected hatred to a specific group of people. And I mean, nothing. What's the way I could phrase this? It's always kind of been a thing, but I feel like it's more prevalent in this century, and maybe even in like the 90s to now. Like the concept of a bitter virgin. Like somebody who's like been a virgin, like and not even just like you haven't had sex with the girl.
Yeah.
Like it's like you haven't even held their hand. You're a hand-holdless virgin.
Yeah.
And that is, like being 25, never having held a woman's hand.
Yeah.
And, you're looking at porn all the time, and you're like, why can't I have this? And you're following e-girls on Twitter and replying to their tweets with, "Oh my God, Queen, you're so beautiful. Please, like, can I DM you?" That, like the desperation, and then like when they realize I don't have this, I'll never have this. Then it's bitter. It's bitterness. It's fucking slut, fucking whore. Like you see those like down bad tweets. A lot of them are fucking fake, but there's a good amount of like real screenshots from women online, and it's just like, like a message is like, "How are you doing?" And it's just, leaving them on red, and then they're like, "You left me on red, you fucking bitch. The women are all the same. You're a fucking whore, slut, fucking fuck you, cunt, ugly bitch." And it's just, wild how actually fucking common it is.
And it's like, wow, no wonder you're in this position. If this is how you're internalizing this shit, like, no wonder. Like,
women, like you have to. I feel like you need to be like a friend to a woman first before that can progress to anything. But the thing is, I feel like bitter virgins are so desperate that they try really, really hard, and then when they ultimately get rejected, that turns into, wow, I really will never get like a woman. Fuck all women. Fuck this. I'm going my own way. I'm a man going my own way.
Or even if they do pursue friendships with women, it's always like in their mind under the pretense of like, I want to fuck someday. I want to fuck. I want to fuck. I want to have sex. Which is like a lot of male energy. Like if you're lacking. Or if your sex drive is out of control and you haven't had sex and you haven't held a woman's hand, obviously that shit's going to have you amped up, like, as a young man. It's a difficult energy to deal with, I think. But like, man, like that desperation just reeks.
No, totally.
and you'll be like, oh, in the friend zone again. It's like, well, yeah, because your intentions were so clear. Like you're never going to get anywhere with that energy. You have to like genuinely need to learn to like women first. or what the fuck are you even doing? Man.
You think this is a more prevalent thing in America? I think here in Australia, I haven't noticed a big incel culture. Do you think this is because sex work is so prevalent in Australia that people that are so like wrapped around the axle of like, I need to know what it feels like. I need to know what the touch of a woman feels like, and like that. I need that experience. Like I need to get this out of my fucking system so I could finally tell my friends and relate to them when they talk about having sex with women. And then they go to a brothel and like, they sit on a couch, women come out, they go, hey, how are you? The women that don't want to have sex with you, like, literally aren't forced to. They just go, no thanks. But there's plenty of women that would, for the right amount of money. They pay for it. And then, they have this experience, and it's great. The women are fine. They get their pay, and like it's just another day on the job,
and everyone's happy and healthy.
Yeah, and then they come out of it like, wow, that was the experience, and like that was that, and then they're
or
good.
more likely, oh, that was that. If it's your first time.
Oh, your first time.
Unless you're just a fucking turbo chat from the beginning, you're probably like, oh, okay, I guess that was.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, they're out. It's like, wow. I wonder if like, because they have this, the whole like pyramid of needs. I believe it was Marlowe. I think it was a psychological term, where it's like relationships, food, water, shelter, and then like achievements, goals, like job, like meaning, and then like like sex is like a primary thing, like sex and intimacy and all of that. And when people are deprived of that, then their life balance or how they perceive things or how they rationalize things in their head goes to shit.
Yeah.
But when you're given an option, a legal like option, for sex work, I feel like that helps.
Yeah.
I feel like that helps.
I think to answer your question before we lose it, you know, whether Australia has less of an incel culture because of sex work being legal. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think about that before you brought it up, but it's a good point. I reckon.
Yeah.
Like, sex work is great in my opinion, as long as it's executed correctly. And it's definitely got to be something where a young guy can be like, well, I'll just go to the brothel. It's not even taboo here.
Yeah, I know.
Guys talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of guys just go to brothels. I don't go. I've been to a brothel, but I don't like frequent brothels or anything. But it's like, it's common. It's very, very common.
Super common.
And like, it's very common to lose your virginity there. And it's honestly, if you're worried about it, if you're a nervous young man or even a nervous old man.
Apparently the women are apparently very like nice. Yeah. Apparently they're very
a lot of their clients would be like, hey, it's my first time, and they'll just take care of it. So that's a good thought, actually. Because in America it's quite taboo.
It's very taboo.
Yeah, and illegal.
And illegal
in many
as well.
places.
Women that are doing sex work in America now, it's all on OnlyFans because at least it's safe. At least it's fucking safe because you're in your own house. You're taking pictures of yourself where you're comfortable, and then you're selling it to people online. It's fucking pandemic safe. Like but the thing is, it's different than actually having sex, paying for sex. Yeah. And in America, I think there's parts of America with legal prostitution. I could be completely wrong, but I think there might be.
I think Vegas has
Vegas,
brothels.
maybe. I think maybe Vegas has.
Even if it's illegal, it stays.
There's strip clubs and everything that you fucking hand them $500 and they go, okay, come to the back room.
Yeah,
but it's not a regulated industry.
Yeah.
And the problem turns to, well, if the industry isn't regulated and it's not legal and it's not looked after by the government and by officials, then, well, who's going to check for STDs? Who's going to keep that?
Yeah. And what's protecting the sex workers?
Yeah. What's
from
stopping
fucking abusive pimps and all kinds of shit like that?
Pimps either abusing them physically or getting them hooked on drugs, and then well, hey, if you want more heroin, I knew a fucking girl in high school, dude. I used to work at a strip club afterwards. Found out 2 years later she died, overdosed on heroin.
Wow.
I'm assuming whoever was managing her at the strip club got her hooked on heroin, and that's fucked up.
That is so fucked up.
Because because everybody fucking loses. The only people that make the money are the pimps, which you're pretty much fucking kingpins, just like renting
all the power,
having literally all the power, and taking all the money, and just
the girls
paying,
are completely dependent.
Yeah, paying the women in taking advantage of their addiction.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I feel like if sex work was legalized in America, I think it would, socially it would do more good than harm.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are really,
The thing is, it would still be very taboo, though. Like, even if it was legalized, it would still be, because there isn't that ingrained culture of it just being like, it's just a thing that's there.
It's also very religious, America.
Yeah.
Here in Australia, it's not as religious.
I think America is heading towards a much more sex positive
Yeah.
culture, though.
Yeah.
And young people are leading that, and old people, typically the types that are devoutly religious, might shame you for this sort of stuff. That's going to be a thing in the past eventually.
Give it 30 to 40 years when all the boomers are old and out of power, and you have fresh blood in Congress. They actually make laws. You have fresh blood in politics. You have, actual fucking, like, people that are versed in, the modern, social sphere, to start, like legal weed everywhere, let's start being progressive and following a line and, doing that thing. I feel like that's where it'll head ultimately.
A lot of like little kinks to figure out. Society's got a lot of kinks to figure out.
A lot of kinks to figure out, because especially in sex work.
You see so many articles now that are like, the younger generation is having, like, I don't know what the statistic is, but I know that it shocked me when I saw it, like, this much less sex than previous generations. And the reason being is because, physical separation being more common because of social media, but also because people are earning less, they're living with their parents, There's a couple other factors that I can't think about what's on my head, but like I think the economic factor of like, well, we just can't afford housing, like, so I'm still living with mom and dad is a huge
You don't want to bring a girl over and be like, hey mom, hey dad, yeah, this is the girl that I'm gonna fuck tonight, just for the one night.
Yeah, exactly. But also it just makes it easy to retreat to that internet porn addiction. Like internet porn, I think is.
And I mean, with on the subject of like the internet porn stuff, like things like OnlyFans and like cam sites,
right,
are almost like these sort of like pay for intimacy websites to a point where it's like, you can go on OnlyFans and sure you can just like subscribe and look at the naked pictures of some woman, but then you can also like send them tips with a message and be like, actually develop this like relationship with this person. You just have to pay every time, and it's the same on like campsites.
The thing that's weird is, this is, a campsite and OnlyFans is very much predicated on, sex, the sexual intimacy, like boobs, pussy, like, show me everything. Yes, I want to, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And that's like the rise sexual aspect. But then you have these people, and I'm going to think a little bit before I say this, because I want this to come out right. In the as for something like Twitch streamers, female Twitch streamers that that are online playing games, a lot of the people that fall into this quote unquote incel category, people that are starved of female attention, people that are starved of socialization in general, they go, obviously, they want, female friends, or they want female attention. They go, to streamers that are streaming games, and they'll, donate $100. Can you say my name? Like, I love this. They'll be like tier 3 subs. They'll be in the community all the time just so that they get that attention.
Yeah.
And that's not, putting any blame at all on female streamers, because all they're doing is they're starting up a stream. They're playing games.
Well, it's not just female streamers either that happens with,
True. It happens with men.
A lot of male streamers. I think it's just that longing for connection.
A virtual friend.
It's the parasocial relationship. It's like, oh, well, I can fulfill this itch. I can scratch this itch I've got to interact with a human being, but I can do it from the comfort of my house with porn on the other monitor and fucking Reddit over here, and from my nice comfy chair with my big gulp and my popcorn and my Doritos and just fucking hitting myself with as much dopamine as possible and artificial socializing. It's like, and I'm on Discord over here and I'm chatting with a bunch of people and I'm that I don't really know.
I'm with Discord Mod,
And
hold on, kid, in 1 sec. I'm going to donate to the streamer.
And we got to be careful here because we're not discouraging these platforms or the people that use them. We use them. We use Discord. We use Twitch. We stream. We do all these things. It's just,
I mean, it would be foolish not to point out like the fact that there are people on these platforms that are very clearly starved for attention and for lying, especially on content creator Discord servers. Like when I had my Discord, when I created my Discord, and it went from like 3,000 people. It was like a small, nice, tight-knit community of people that were all friendly. Everyone kind of knew each other. Like, it was very pleasant. But as soon as it blows up to like 100,000 people, like on a single Discord server, like, there were like, I had fucking problems, like, like young girls coming in and like being like super sexual and like people taking the bait and then it just being really inappropriate and like the general chat and like, and I'd be like, the fuck is wrong like with you people? But the thing is, they're all super hormonal, horny fucking teenagers, and they're like e-dating.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of blame gets put on the guys for being gross, or like, and a lot of guys are gross.
Yeah.
I just want to say this: a lot of guys
are fucking horrible,
are super inappropriate online. They don't know how to talk to women. But a lot, women, especially teenage women, are fucking horny too. Everyone's a little bit horny. And they all want to be participating in figuring out sex and like figuring out how it works. And they're sexting and they're like being suggestive.
Discord is
it's a cesspool. It's a fucked up cesspool.
It's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous place to do that. On Discord, because that's when young women are taken advantage of by fucking guys that say, "Yeah, I'm 16.
Yeah.
No, I'm 12 too. I'm 12 too. Yeah, show me a picture of you without your top on." And then, turns out this guy is 22, and I'm getting fucking DMs from a mob being like, "Hey, there's a fucking pedophile on your server, and I have to nuke him."
Yeah,
God,
we've had so many. You and I and
Dude,
I'm sure you as well,
I-
have had experiences
every-
where
look, every
mods or
single-
something have abused their power.
Every single fucking
God.
content creator server, these mods are volunteers. In almost every instance, me, Fitz, Toby, fucking, all these other huge Discord servers, all these other big creators, they had to have had at least one mod that was just abusing their power, getting into people's DMs, getting nudes, and then it's just like, dude, they have to ban you now.
Yeah.
Like, you fucked it all up.
Yeah, and you see it with creators too, doing it on the Instagram
Creators
DMs,
as well.
whatever the fuck. Like it's just lonely people. I think at the end of the day, taking advantage of what they can because they're fucking lonely and they're wound up and all these sorts of things. And it's sad. It's tragic. You know, it's tragic on all parts. I think, but it's it's just it's a very, very interesting phenomenon. I think an interesting thing about Discord, and I'm be careful not to offend anyone in the audience because I know a lot of people listening to this podcast probably hang out in Discords all the time, and I don't want to make you guys feel like freaks or anything.
No,
because a lot of you are very lovely people. We talk to the people in our Discord.
Yeah,
and
there's
like
more. There's more rational, sane, well-adjusted people on Discord than there are freak, sex-driven, pedophile, fucking weirdos. So trust me, we're not talking about you. We're not talking about you.
But what I was going to say is, I think that Discord attracts a lot of socially anxious people because it's a way of getting it's a way of having a social life without having to deal with the stresses of a real physical connection, and it attracts a lot of hyper anxious people. And I think that you got to be careful because I've spoken to fans and stuff. I hang out with them on Discord, and a lot of them tell me about their anxiety, and they tell me I'm a very anxious person, and I'm blah blah. And they always identify as having a lot of anxiety, and I believe them. Yeah, I deal with a lot of anxiety myself. Anxiety is the fucking worst.
But it's when you let the label be part of you, or the problem be part of you.
Yes,
it's accepting defeat.
It's accepting defeat.
Don't identify with your symptoms. Yeah. Don't make your symptoms a part of your identity.
Try not to identify as anything.
Don't identify as anything other than yourself,
because it becomes a victim complex. And it becomes like, well, I'm anxious, so therefore I don't have to worry about this because I have anxiety. It's like, well, yeah, you have anxiety, and I understand that this really sucks for you and that it's really hard to go outside. It's really hard to make friends. I know that you've been fucked up by friends in the past, or you've been bullied, or you've had a terrible experience in school. Trauma, number of things, But don't say to yourself, I have anxiety, and therefore it's okay for me to stay inside. Say like, I'm an anxious person, and I'm trying to be better. Like I'm trying to work on it. Like, because the only way that it's going to get better is if you take steps and confront things that make you anxious.
Yeah.
Just put yourself out there. And I know that's hard, and I'm not trying to minimize the problem.
No.
But it's honestly, you can't fall into a victim mentality where you're like, I'm anxious, I'm so-and-so, I'm blah, blah, blah. And therefore I'm just going to, not deal with these problems in my life.
It's when you use it as an excuse to not better yourself, is when it cycles into this toxic identity, I'm depressed. Like when you say to yourself, I'm depressed, that's when it sinks in.
Yeah.
And it's easier for you to be like, I don't want to do this because my depression prevents me.
Yeah. I would say that I identified as someone who was depressed last year.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many days I had where I was like, I should do something. I'm depressed. I'm going to order ice cream and watch a movie. It's like literally just taking away your power with the way that you perceive yourself. I'm depressed, and therefore I don't have to worry about this. And it's like it gives you the permission to be a little bit of a piece of shit.
I think there's almost a culture with the sort of Tumblr generation and that, where it was sort of pushing people to embrace their struggles and kind of making it almost cool in a way to be like, oh yeah, I have this, and that was such. I know that when I was growing up, that was such a big thing.
You see that even with parents bestowing it on their kids, like, oh, my kids that got Asperger's, oh, my kid's got this, my kid is has all these conditions. It's like, well, yeah, sure, maybe they do, but are you doing your kid any favors by giving them a set of permission slips to avoid confronting what makes them feel the way they feel. Like it's
or overcoming, or evolving, or even moving forward.
Yeah, it's like you get putting the kid in that gifted camp, and therefore it's like, oh, I'm gifted, and I don't have to worry about the same things other kids do, or blah 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 blah. It's like it's terrible mentality to fall into.
It's a terrible way to.
You got to think of yourself as powerful, but you're down bad right now.
Yeah,
that's how you got to think. You got to think like I am so many things, but I'm just a little fucked up right now. But I know I'm gonna get better someday. That's how you should think about it.
You should think about it like a broken arm.
Yeah.
It's going to inhibit you.
Yes.
It's going to make it so that things that you otherwise would do with two arms, it would make it harder, make it more difficult.
I'd say it's less so like a broken arm and more so like something that there is like rehabilitation for, you
like
know?
a stutter.
It's like more so it's like something
sometimes not, though.
that you can
sometimes people are just inclined to depression. They're inclined to anxiety, and it's just who they are. Like
a lot of it's genetic.
I have made leaps and bounds in overcoming my anxiety over my lifetime, but I'd still say I'm an anxious person.
Yeah.
It's just kind of my nature. I'm just a little neurotic. I overthink shit. I'm kind of in my head a lot, but like it doesn't like stop me. I'm still pushing myself out there.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, I just have, it's like I don't know. It's like getting shot once. And bullet taken out and it's out, but there's still a little scar there. It's still part of who you are.
Or the bullet's still in you.
Or the bullet's still in you. It's just you carry it with you, but you just get on with it anyway.
Yeah.
But also I think it's true what you say. Like sometimes you can completely heal. You can completely eliminate the problem.
I guess it is like more so like working around it and figuring out ways to like manage it and minimize it in as many ways as you can, and still do the things that you want to do while having that thing that sort of inhibits it a little.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized that we were supposed to bring something up at the beginning of the show, but we hadn't. But I feel like
music makes me feel better.
Music does.
When I'm feeling down. That was a horrible segue.
No, music does make us feel better.
Yeah, it does.
Music is actually a huge part of my life. In particular, I always have a soundtrack going like throughout the day. If I'm in my house, there's a speaker near me always playing some music, unless I'm trying to focus or do something else. And Spotify actually reached out and asked us to put together a little playlist of our favorite tunes. Well, actually, when I was asked, I was under the impression that it was just my personal, taste. And they were like, hey, could you just put together a playlist? And I was like, sure. And so there's now a playlist on Spotify with a selection of tunes that I threw together that I think you guys are a fan of a few of the songs as well.
It's the Misfits Podcast.
Yeah,
Start Select.
If you go on Spotify, you look up Start Select. It should be there right now. It's like a monthly podcast that rotates, I think. So the songs will be on there for a month.
Yeah, it gets curated by a different person every month, I think.
And this month we were lucky enough to get it. So if you want to listen to some songs that I think are dope, there's a good variety on there, like hip-hop, psych rock. There's some classic rock, some heavier shit. So go check that out. Start Select, Misfits Podcast. Should come up. Give it a sus.
I listened to
know what
it
you think.
on the drive to the office. It was very good. I liked it. It was a nice little selection of songs.
Beautiful. Nice. Epic.
Yeah. This whole podcast, I get these things because of my hormones where I get really, really hot when I'm not actually hot.
So hot.
I was noticing it too.
It's like a hot flush. It's something that usually happens to women,
menopausal or
women.
Pregnant or on their period.
Basically when something's like affecting your hormones and stuff. And I get really hot, and then I also this whole podcast I've had that feeling.
Wow, you are hot.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, you're like you have like a temperature.
Okay. I've had that feeling. You know that feeling that you get where your eyes, you feel like you like really feel like you need to cry, but there's nothing that you actually are sad about.
Oh, well, go ahead.
But I've just been sitting here feeling like I need to cry for no reason.
Oh my God.
Not upset, not anything. Just like feeling like I need to cry. I've also been really hot, and it's just this weird thing that happens to me.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. But if anyone in the audience was wondering why I was quiet, that's why. But I was trying to be part of it.
You're chipping in enough. Don't stress about it.
I heard this really interesting factoid about if you're a woman who's on like birth control, a lot of birth controls make your hormones tell your body that you're pregnant, and so a lot of women, while they're taking this birth control, while they're around men, get very protective and defensive and weird, get really weird around men. And that's because their body is telling them that they're pregnant. And when a pregnant woman is around a man that isn't like their partner, they get very protective and defensive because it's the body's, through evolution.
Right.
When a pregnant woman is around another man, they're very protective of, their child and all of that.
Well, think about it like on a chimp level. Like if I was a female chimp and I'm pregnant carrying some other chimp's child, I'm very excited about this child to be. Some other strange chimps is right next to me. Fucking massive, could tear me to shreds.
Yeah.
I'm going to be feeling very anxious about that, I would say.
Exactly.
The thing...
Literally, exactly. Literally.
So it's like, you say it's like a primal instinct.
It is a primal instinct,
That's
and it's caused by the hormones.
Huh.
Birth control's fucked.
Yeah, no.
Like, birth control is good for, like, a lot of reasons. Like, obviously, it can, like, regulate your period.
Well,
no babies.
We should specify that we're talking about birth control pills, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Birth control
It could be pills, female birth control. So pills or IUDs.
Right, yeah.
Things that stick all the way up there.
Basically, anything that messes with your natural hormones,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's a big part of what birth control is like really fucky. And I think I've probably talked about this on the podcast before, like a while ago, but like a huge thing with people that are on birth control for like a whole part of a relationship, because a lot of people take birth control just to regulate their period. It has nothing to do with them having sex or anything. So they're just on it, Like there are plenty of people that have just been on birth control since they're like 16, and it's just normal to them. And when they, eventually, they'll develop connections to this person, and your hormones are such a big part of who you are, and like what your body's like desires and all that sort of things are. So like when you are adjusting your hormones, it adjusts your desires and your attractions and all of those things. And it means that a lot of people will get off birth control when they've been with someone for a long time, because they want to have a baby, and then all of a sudden, their hormones are readjusting back to what their natural state are, and they're just like not attracted to the person anymore. Or there's just like things about them that have changed because their body's natural hormones are just completely different to what they have been getting for their whole life.
I'm guessing it just takes a little bit of time to kind of swing back. Or are there some instances where it just never returns? They're just never attracted to their partner again. 10 years of marriage and... No, I no longer love this man.
There will be people that will. I mean, there are people that are just completely gone.
Makes it way easier if you're just a gay man. Don't have to worry
I wish
about
I was
it.
a gay man. Every day I wake up, I'm like, God, I wish I was gay. Fuck.
It's fucking scary though.
What, being gay?
Yeah. That's what I meant.
No, the hormones. It is scary that your entire, you love somebody for 10 years and just like, I'm ready to have a kid. I'm ready to have a child. I'm ready to stretch out my fucking stomach for this guy and ruin my body.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ruin your body.
Tear my vagina to my asshole, giving birth to this fucking frog-like creature. Because I love this man so much. And then as soon as you're like off, I'm ready for a baby, you look and just like the reality hits you and you're like, oh, my natural hormone state says that you're fucking ugly. Get the fuck out of here. Divorce.
Yeah. Surely like the doctor warns about this though. If you're seeing a doctor, he's like, listen, you might think your fella is a disgusting man pig when you get off this.
The symptoms, of withdrawal from hormones is nausea, dizziness, headaches, hot flushes, and
and divorce.
And divorce.
I mean, the way to this, don't quote me on any of this because I don't know too much about it. But the way that I see it is that your body naturally wants you to be attracted to someone that whose DNA is going to work well with your DNA, because basically humans are just like meant to reproduce, so they want to reproduce with the best possible mate. And then if you're on these artificial hormones, all of a sudden you're going to be attracted to something that the hormones want, and if you once you get off them, the person that you were attracted to may not be a good fit for your for you anymore.
Yeah, you're resting,
and it can just completely change it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Kind of wild. Also fucks with like sex drive and all that,
Excuse me.
I'm curious to I would be curious to see what sex education is kind of like for young people these days. I would say young people like I'm old, but I mean like people in high school, because I didn't really get taught shit, frankly,
I got taught nothing
from my parents.
I got kind of lied.
I got taught the fundamentals, And, I had a few sex ed class. I think I watched one disturbing video in primary school,
I mean,
but like, I didn't really like, I think sex education is one thing, like learning about the biological functions. And then there is the social education around sex, which I think is like ultimately more important. Because like, it's a fucking weird world to navigate as a young person, especially when you're a teenager and your hormones are all fucking out of whack and you want to be having sex, but it's kind of taboo, and like you don't kind of know how to communicate and like express how you're attracted to someone and all this shit. I feel like being taught that stuff.
The social aspect of things.
The social aspect of like sexual interaction is just so fucking important.
That's
and like there hasn't been a lot of guidance for that, I don't think, because sex has been something that's kind of a little hush-hush.
Imagine a sleazy TikTok pickup artist goes to a fucking school to tell kids how to get women.
I'm going to teach you how to get laid. It's like, step 1, disrespect them constantly.
Step 2, grow a beard and hit the gym.
Hit the gym. Eat only chicken
whey
breast.
Protein.
Yeah, and fucking
whey protein.
Whey protein. Whey. Yeah. But that's like a side of it that I think is, a part of it you can never get taught it. You just have to figure it out for yourself.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people
put yourself out there.
I feel like a lot of people that are listening would probably say, well, you don't need to get taught like how to interact with people while you're in school. Because as long as you're in school in person and not doing it online, you're going to be interacting with people and you're going to figure that stuff out for yourself. And, you're going to be asking your parents for advice, and your parents have gone through it, obviously. So, of course, they would be able to enlighten you on some things.
I think you might be looking at kind of a utopian world where everyone's parents are happy to talk about sex and everyone sort of figures things out for them. A lot of people, I think, just don't really get it. They don't really figure it out on their own or just through trial and error. Right. And I think that might be why we're seeing, and especially with the rise of social media and porn and shit, and like finding how to control your urges that way. I think a lot of teenagers these days are growing up and just not having sexual experiences in high school, and then they're out in the real world, and then like, well, what did I learn? Well, I learned that I can find a hot woman on Pornhub and bust a nut, or cam girls or whatever the fuck, and I don't really know how to like interact and how to like make a move appropriately and how to blah 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 blah. I don't think there's ever going to be a course that's like, here's how you make a move on a woman. No. I think it's more just like, I think it's more just like normalizing the interaction, normalizing talking about it, normalizing all this shit. Like, obviously it just depends on your environment and your framework, but I just think it's something interesting to think about because, it's a fucking fundamental need for people, for most people.
I've said this to Fitz a few times recently. I think like talking about sex with your friends is like such a like important and fun thing to do, and I think that it's like such a great way to learn what other people are doing, because if you learn everything that you know about sex from like your own personal experience and fucking porn, then
porn is super unrealistic.
Yeah, porn will completely skew what sex is to you, and that's why I think like talking to your friends about like sex and like things that they enjoy and stuff like that can be like so like freeing and fun.
It is fairly common to talk to your friends about sex. I think the problem is that there's so much machoism that gets thrown in. There's so much lying.
And it's very vapid and exaggerated.
Yeah, dude, I lasted 45 minutes my first time. I was going to town on that pussy.
Yeah, because young people are insecure as fuck.
Yeah.
And most people are insecure.
It's posturing.
It's posturing. Yeah, so it's like...
people don't want to admit their first time that they fucking, prematurely ejaculated.
Yeah.
And then there's the other side of it, where there's the female side of it, where like women are often like... brought up in a way where they shouldn't, they aren't meant to talk about sex and stuff like that. And sex, I mean, I don't think it's so much the same now, but I think to a lot of people growing up, sex is like this very shameful thing that they're like, oh no, we don't do that, And, where a guy will be like, oh yeah, I got laid last night. A girl might not want to talk about the fact that she did that.
Well, this is societal,
Oh, totally.
Yeah. A bit of a
cultural thing. Obviously, it probably changes school to school, city to city. It just depends on your environment.
I'm sure when women are amongst women and it's just girls' night, they're all drinking rum chata and fucking having a giggle and whatever girl gossip they're getting up to. Fucking scantily clad. Fucking whatever, hitting each other with pillows.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
sure they're
I
talking
bounced
about
on his cock at 160 BPM, dude. It was lit.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, my pussy's Gorilla Grip, and that's on T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely
Well,
like
you hear a lot of music that kind of like.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, especially like female empowerment is huge, which is kind of high. I mean, which is kind of respectable. So
Empowerment about sex in general.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing.
yeah. I mean, there's it's always been like well, I feel like more recently it's been talked about a bit where a lot of people will say that like women are way more talkative with their friends about sex than men are, and a lot of the time. But then there are also the other side of it of the people that just feel like it is something that they shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, I feel like it's person to person.
Yeah.
Depends on the group of people and depends on the individual. Some
Yeah.
people are comfortable talking about sex. Other people like keeping it private.
Like Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. Wet ass P word.
Oh my God.
That whole thing.
That was crazy. You're gonna wonder if old Benny Boy is just hamming it up at this point when he does stuff like that. When he's
Yeah, I don't know.
this is old news, but
I'm sure him and his wife are happy. Doesn't he have kids?
happy, dry humping away. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I don't fucking know shit about Ben Shapiro. But yeah.
All I know
Anyway, the point is.
all I know
sex
is that
bug.
he owns that pussy with facts and logic.
Yes.
He talks to it.
He talks to the pussy.
Well, actually, your instinct should be telling you to get wet at this current point in time.
I am standing before you naked.
was
As you can
thinking-
see, my shrimp cock is now enlarged. I don't know.
it is now a lobster. So
Lobster cock.
Lobster
What
cock.
does a lobster cock look like?
Red, swollen,
Delicious.
plump, probably juicy,
Covered in chitin.
covered in chitin.
Cock lobster. Classic. Throwing it in the mix. Classic.
Okay.
How fucking stupid. How fucking stupid.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh.
we never really talk about sex on the podcast, but that was a nice little chat
Yeah.
about sex.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps to have energy when you're having sex. And
It
my
does.
Yes.
my drink of choice before
Gotta have a pre-workout.
for a sesh.
before sex
Sesh with the missus.
is GamerSubs. And, we did debut last podcast that our GamerSubs flavor is, in fact, Misfits Melon.
Misfits melon.
Honeydew melon, not watermelon. None of that stupid shit. We got honeydew.
It's good.
And it's delicious.
We got a
It's very
beautiful
refreshing.
green melon.
Yeah.
And by the time this podcast is out, it should be live. We actually just filmed a promo upstairs, which we're not going to spoil, but you'll have seen it by this point in time.
It's worth looking at.
It is
worth
really
looking at.
worth looking at. Most likely, will already be on our socials.
Follow us on
yeah.
Twitter and Instagram
Misfits.
at Misfits.
Misfits Twitter and Insta.
It's
Check
probably
it out.
worth watching on repeat
Yeah,
over and
it
over
was-
and
it
over.
was-
Smash and like.
My
and
best,
retweet.
my best performance I think I've ever done. I looked so good.
I
in,
missed it.
in
I
that
can't.
ad.
I can't wait to see how
Yeah,
the
I
ad
looked,
turns
I
out.
looked fantastic. A little cold, but
cold.
but really.
Oh, you
good.
were cold, were you?
I was so cold.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
was so cold.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is going to be live. Misfits Melon should be live by the time you guys are listening and or watching. And yeah, I would say go to gamersubs.gg and buy some Misfits Melon. Use code Misfits for 10% off. And enjoy the best flavor that's ever graced GamerSubs.
That's right. Gamersubs.gg, code Misfits. And also check out the Spotify playlist, Misfits Select, or Spotify Select. It should come up. Just look at Misfits Spotify Select.
No,
You'll
it's-
find it.
It's Start and Select.
Start
I believe.
Select.
Or start
Select.
Select. Sorry, my
Misfits
bad.
Start Select.
And speaking of Spotify, if you're listening to this on YouTube or watching, you can listen to the podcast 1 week early on Spotify.
And watch.
Earlier.
Yes,
And
you
watch.
can listen and watch 1 week early on Spotify, so be sure to hit over there if you want a new episode rapidly, because that's the rate they come
Yeah,
out.
that's pretty speedy.
We got a new set. We're feeling good. We're ready to make this podcast fucking great again.
Yeah, the next couple podcasts, we're going to be introducing some more structure and segments, and
Cool. We
we're
got
going
this-
to make it fun.
We got this big ass projector,
Yeah.
which you probably noticed, kind of cozy, but we can put anything up there.
Literally anything.
We-
Porn.
We got our guy
Reddit.
Mitchell. He's going to be able to show us articles, videos, anything funny that we might want to react to, up here. So that's
Are we going to give Mitchell a mic?
Yeah, I wouldn't
exciting.
mind. I wouldn't mind having him as young Jamie as long as he doesn't talk too much.
Young
Fun
Mitchell.
asshole.
They'll just blatantly say that we're ripping off Joe Rogan.
Well, I mean,
yes,
it's very
we're
common
ripping off
for
Joe Rogan.
it's very common for audio shows
Yeah.
to have a producer.
A little bit of a
Yes.
producer.
Yeah,
he's
you're
gonna
right.
he's gonna have more of a role, and this podcast will no longer be a stream of consciousness alone. It'll
mean,
be a
it-
stream of consciousnness
with
It'll have its
Mitchell.
place.
with Mitchell.
We just want to make it authentically us with a little bit of spice. And
Yeah.
that's what the Misfits is going to
Add
be.
a little bit of spice.
Just a little
to
bit
it.
of spice.
Sparks, a little bit
Not
of
a
oil.
problem. A
Bit of
little
olive
bit of
oil.
spice.
We hope you guys enjoyed listening to this week's episode, and we'll catch you next week. Later.
Bye.
Bye.